The market's a casino? Saying the market's a casino or just one massive bubble is mostly said by people that are sitting on the sidelines. The market is just going because there's more money going into it than ever before. And as long as more money keeps going into it and more money goes in than comes out, it's just going to keep going up. Is it sustainable? Not forever, but how long until it's not? I don't know. And when it does pop, if you're already in it and it goes so much that the pop comes down and draws down 50%, but you're up 100% when that happens, you're going to be doing okay. I mean, it sucks. It fucking sucks because you're valuing things based on the way they were valued 10 years ago or 20 years ago. That's the problem. Every content creator, every fucking analyst, every expert who is comparing charts of 2008 market to our market, they all were fucking blown out of the water or wrong. 2001, 1929, because it's just a different world. You can't compare the stock market today to the stock market 15 years ago. You can't. And as long as you keep comparing it to what it was before, you're always going to be left in the past because you're not willing to evolve. It doesn't mean that we're not in danger of a bubble bursting at any point, but thinking that it's going to burst because it did at a different time for a different reason doesn't. You're going to be left in the dust. Sitting in cash the past 2 years because the market's overvalued has been one of the dumbest fucking generational fuck-ups that there's people right now that are 26 years old that grandkids are going to be calling them fuck granddad because he was too much of a bitch. Because they were like, well, based on the PE ratio and the sales and the forward sales and the forward equity, the EPS growth and the blah, 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 it's an overvalued market right now. I'm just going to sit back comfortably with cash and buy the dip when it, and you're fucked. And now you're sitting on there fucking talking about, not you, but on Twitter all day, this market's a bubble. We're in for a crash. November 2nd, the market's done. Oh, it's fucking over. Oh, this is a casino. Oh, this is a bubble. Two things can be correct. It can be a bubble and it can keep going. But all the people who said the market's going to crash because Warren Buffett is sitting on his biggest stockpile of cash of all time. Every time that's happened before, there was a market that crashed and then he deployed it. Well, no shit. You're creating some kind of like adding something that's not there. As the market goes up and up and up, he sells out positions. It makes him have more and more cash. And when there is eventual market drawdown, he deploys that cash back. It's not Warren Buffett's cash he had that because it's just the longer it takes for that thing to happen, the more cash piles up. The higher it runs, the more cash piled up. It's a coincidence. It's not a causation correlation. But we want to attach that because that's how we understand these things. We understand these things this is a chart. I'll give you the scariest fucking chart that I saw today. Okay, I love looking at charts and graphs and shit like that. But let me show you the scariest one. And I'm not one to get scared of anything, when it comes to the market. I'm just like, all right, fuck it. If I was 55, 65 years old, okay, maybe. But right now, not really because, I got plenty of time. I want the market to fall. I love it. People out there scared that the market's going to fall. Fuck that. Unless you're living off of your equities because you're on a fixed income or you're about to hit retirement, you should be begging for market drops because that means you get to buy more at a cheaper valuation. I don't know why people are scared of that shit. But this is something I saw, and it scared the fuck out of me. Not scared the fuck out of me, but this is the one, and I don't like to compare past markets and past things to current states, but you still can't ignore it completely, okay? And this was one of them. It's in Stocky's Daily News if you want to take a look at it, okay? But look at this chart. For those of you guys that are looking at that, you look at the top 10 mega stocks. Market cap versus as a percentage of the GDP. Okay, so in the year 2000, Microsoft, Intel, Cisco, Oracle, IBM, AT&T, Sun Micro, AOL, EMC, SBC Communications. 28% to GDP. Now it's Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Broadcom, Tesla, Berkshire, Oracle, 77%. Difference is these companies actually provide something and there's more money and liquidity flowing in. But at the same time, it's like, oh, but you can't compare the two. Okay, here we go. Prepare your anus. Oh my, hi dear. I didn't realize the door was open and everybody in the house just heard me say that. All right, guys, 20 seconds. It was relax your anus. Thank you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoop. Whoop. I think we hit 690, but we're going to see what happens. It's not about the 25 basis point cut, which everybody's expecting. It's about the expectations of potential more cuts. Oh. At this rate, we should hit SPY 696 by the end of the week. But we'll see. Maybe there's a massive sell-off. Maybe Powell kills it. I don't know. We'll see. Not getting a lot of movement yet. I think people are going to be waiting on Powell more than ever. Fed says it will stop shrinking balance sheet on December 1st. Oh! Oh, we QEing again. Oh, okay. We QEing again. Oh, we cook for real. My son loves Buzz Lightyear, but instead of saying to infinity and beyond, I'm going to start saying QE infinity and beyond, because I feel like that is, we need to make Jay Powell into a Buzz Lightyear outfit saying QE infinity and beyond. I feel like that is the next thing. Gold spiked? Of course it did. Potential QE increases? Not a big spike yet. Oh my God, Mir is still going. Did we do it, guys? Did we do it? I don't know. We are not, there's no volume on the market right now. That scares me. I'm going to be real with you. There is no movement. There's no volume. Same pattern as always. First two candles in one direction, then reversal. We got that already. Green up, and then reversal. But I don't know. I don't like the fact that we don't have volume in right now. There's just no... They're buying or selling. There's no volume right now. I mean, look at this. We just got the FOMC rate decision, and we have the same volume we had 10 minutes ago. It's lunchtime. It's not. It's the FOMC rate decision day. Nobody goes to fucking lunch during the rate decision. I mean, everybody already knew it was a 25 basis point cut. I think everybody's just going to wait for Powell. That's it. That's it. It's just going to be Powell, and whatever he says, the whole world is going to the whole market is going to be completely reliant on that. Did they signal? I haven't looked at let me look at the report real quick. Maybe it's priced in. Nothing's priced in this market. You can't price in Powell. It's all going to be, does he have glasses on, off? What color tie does he have? The Trump administration quietly pays the overdue WTO fees. All right, so basically, available indicators suggest, this is quote, available indicators suggest that economic activity has been expanding at a moderate pace. Of course, GDP is still continuing going up. Job gains have slowed this year. We know that. We've had lots of revisions to the downside, and we've had slowing growth on ADP and private payroll. Unemployment rate has edged up to, but remained low through August, so they're still, still 4.1, 4.2%. At least low, it's still up, but lower than it could be. More recent indicators are consistent with those developments. The statement said inflation has moved up since earlier in the year and remains somewhat elevated. Yes, but they have already said that they have given up on inflation and are choosing the path of lesser evil, because there is no good decision to make. So they're going to have to tackle the labor market, because it's harder to fix the labor market than inflation the longer it goes on. The most significant change was the view on broad economic activity. In September, the FOMC said activity had moderated. The statement reiterated concerns of policymakers over the labor market, saying risk to employment rose in recent months. So they're saying that the labor market and is exacerbating. So that's why they are sticking with it. Annual rate CPI is back over 3%, which is 50% higher than the Fed's goal. They've given up on 2% basically. Biggest change though, Fed said its process of reducing the amount of bonds it holds in central bank at 6.6 trillion balance sheet will end. So they are going to stick with at least 6.6 trillion, which is still lower than the 14 trillion they had at one point, but 6.6 trillion, well, 12 trillion, but they're going to end quantitative tightening. So I guess we're going back to quantitative easing, baby. They've shaved off 2.3 trillion, and instead of reinvesting maturing proceeds from the securities, the Fed has been allowing them to roll off the balance sheet. Yes, we know. However, obviously short-term markets have been something for them to watch. All right, well, QT is over. We are canceling QT. QT is gone, ladies and gentlemen. We have officially canceled QT. It is now all in on QE. We are done with QT. Absolutely done. QE is the way to go now. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. We are gonna just keep the fucking money printers going. That'll be taken out of context on X. What, keeping the ball rolling and keeping the money printers on? I don't think there's no context, really. All I'm getting at, maybe we're not canceling quantitative tightening, but they're pausing it for sure. I mean, they're not letting anything roll off the balance sheet anymore. I mean, some people thought they would go under 6, but it looks like they're going to stop in December at a 6.6. QE with 4% interest rates. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's what the Fed decision. They basically are saying, hey, listen, we gotta let it go, because if we they didn't say quantitative easing. They just said they're basically stopping QT. They're canceling QT. They're not engaging QE, I guess, which by default you technically will, but I'm guessing they're assuming that we're in for another lag, and that it's going to be a tough road to fix the labor market right now, and that they realize that inflation is going to go up, and that in order to get the the labor market stable, they're going to probably have to take on some more, you know what I mean? And if that's the case, then I guess short-term pain for better long-term gain. I don't know. What the hell is QT and QE? Quantitative easing, quantitative tightening. It's just basically where the Fed takes on bad debt and holds it for you and allows you to kind of keep doing your bullshit. That's quantitative easing. Quantitative tightening is where, hey, we're not keeping your bullshit anymore. It's like, you ever been to like, you know, another country and you and your friends are like, hey, they're messing with you. They're like, hey, dude, you know, you need to get laid. You're so uptight. And you're like, oh, I'm fine. You know, yeah, but you got dumped, bro. We totally got to get you laid. And you're like, nah, man, I'm cool with that. It's like, hey, we could, you know, it's legal in this country. And they're like, no. And like, all right, dude, let's slip something in his drink and get him a little wet. So they slip a little something in your drink. They don't know that you react to it bad. You say, yeah, let's go. They hire a hooker from a third world country. Y'all have some fun. Next thing you know, she's dead. Okay, she's fucking dead. You don't know how it happened. You don't remember. They don't know, but we got to fix this shit right now. And, you know, the last time anybody saw her was going into your hotel room. And the fucking local police in a third world country are coming to your room right now. And it's a third world country where there is no like lawyer and no rights. Like they throw you in a dungeon with a bunch of fucking like murderers if you get a trial in 5 years. So your buddies, the Fed, are like, hey, listen, hide her in my room, okay? I'll go to the ice machine, get your ice bucket and my ice bucket. We'll take 6 or 7 trips, toss that ice in the fucking in the tub. Put her in there so she doesn't start smelling yet. Let the authorities come in and look. She's not there. You know, it's legal. Everything gone. We're done. We'll lay low. Guess what? Starting to stink a little bit. Your buddy doesn't want to pay the extra cleaning. So what does he do? Hey, man, this is on you now. So that's quantitative easing and quantitative tightening. Okay, now it's back in your hands. Or at least, you know what? Listen, I'll keep this one, but if you kill another, it's on your own. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know where hypothetically speaking, it's a bad analogy, but I think somebody understood what I was trying to say. I can 100% relate. See, one person related.